Hey, what's up, everybody? What's everybody doing out there today? Hope everybody's having a good day or had a good day. Fix the fix the few hairs I have left. When you've only got a few, they should be in line. Uh, Sorry, we're working on a phone situation over here, trying to get the second phone going. What's up, everybody? Jerker Wild, how's it going? Case Save in the house says I picked up at a Amish farm. All right, how'd that go? An Amish farm. That probably went pretty good. They're hard working. I would imagine that went a little better. Wild Bill in the house. What's up, Wild Bill? Maximum Rates says, hey, Cash Man. K-Save, escorted in by horse and buggy, fed breakfast. That's a win right there, man. That's a win. You know what I mean? Like, Americold ain't going to serve you breakfast. I guarantee you that. Even on Driver Appreciation Week. Uh, has anybody has anybody come up on some good things on Driver Appreciation Week this week? Have you felt appreciated? I will tell you this. I got two free things this week for driver appreciation. Let's see. One was at Lineage Logistics. They gave me a bottle of water, and the pilot Flying J gave me a free 20-ounce Mountain Dew. Yeah, living the life out here. You know what I mean? Living the life. Um, Aldi. I was at Aldi earlier in the week, and they were giving out water, a bottle of water for driver appreciation. I'm like, I don't know. Like, if you're just gonna give a guy a bottle of water, I mean, what are you really telling him? Like I don't feel. I feel like that's almost like just basically not giving me anything. I mean, is it just me, or is that like not giving a goddamn thing? I said a guy a damn thing, not that sounded bad. I said a guy, but that's like the equivalent of just not even trying. Let's be honest. Um, Sorry, I got a bunch of stuff going on here. Trying to get this second phone to load. For some reason, it won't. 5 and a half, 0 likes. Come on, man, hit the like button for me. If you want to, you don't have to. But let's see who all's in here. Let me get on this live. Appreciate everybody coming in tonight. I am chilling. I should be at the house. I am very irritated. Number one, at the state of Indiana. Fix your damn roads, Indiana. God almighty. 75 miles into Indianapolis, all the way out of Indianapolis, construction zone, 55 mile an hour. They're not even working on anything. Like, nothing's being done. And when they are working on it, they're just digging out rectangles in the pavement and putting concrete in them. So it creates a speed bump like every freaking 100 feet. Um, Indiana, get it together. Come on, Indiana. And you don't need a 17-mile stretch of highway, one lane, when you ain't even doing nothing but on about a 2-mile stretch of it. Um, I mean, yeah, I know you got to get ahead and put the cones out and everything, but oh my God, dude, that wrecked my day. And then got up in Illinois. Let me complain a little bit here, real quick. Got up into Illinois right there. I went around Chicago, and hell, I think I'd have been better off just to go straight on through and pay the tolls, man. I really do. Um, got up to where 39 and 20 US 20 and 39 split, and they got it down to one lane, and then that one lane goes into a 2 lane that becomes another 1 lane, and then some dummy had to rear end some dummy right there. So about a 30-minute delay right there. Ridiculousness. And I mean, I could have them come over here and get me. I'm about an hour from the house. But, if you do the math on that, that's an hour drive over here That's an hour drive back, and then I got to come back and get the truck tomorrow, which is an hour drive out here and an hour drive back. So I'm not putting 4 hours of driving on the kids and the uh, on the baby and the old lady there. So I ain't doing that. I'll sit here till about 6:30 in the morning, and then I'll be at the house. But unfortunately, this load does have to be logged. I'm not doing a food load, so it is being logged, and I would have made it. I mean, I drove this thing flat out, you know. And when I say flat out, I mean about 70 miles an hour. All day yesterday, all day today. I picked up in North Carolina yesterday afternoon. I got loaded about 1 o'clock. And would have made it here. Would have made it in a 2 shifts, you know. But, yeah. Not enough getting after it, I guess, yesterday. And then today was just, whoo, you ever have those days where you feel like you're swimming in quicksand? You ever have those days? You know, and normally that's what I do, you know. I get no rush. I run, you know, slow, but I was like, boy, it would have been nice to make the house today. It just would have. But sometimes it don't work out. So you do what you can, and you hope for the best. You know, that's all you can really do. So what's everybody else doing today? K-Save's picking up at a Amish farm. Is that the one where you was getting that rate you text me? Um, is that the spot? That's a pretty good rate, depending on where you're going. I mean, you know, uh, those are always, you know, those are always a little weird. Hang on 1 second. That did not work. Like, oh man, let's see here. Sorry about that. Sorry about that. I went to Denny's and got a omelet a minute ago, and I just got a thing that Discover card says it was a suspicious transaction. Um, I don't know. This is probably closest I've made a transaction to the house in God knows when, and you know, it's gonna decline that one. I don't know if y'all guys ever dealt with Discover, but they like to shut me down a lot. I don't know if they do you guys like that, but yeah, they love shutting me down. Let's see what we got going here. What the hell is Driver Appreciation Week? Driver Appreciation Week is a made-up week where they tell drivers that we're appreciated, even though you know they don't appreciate us, and they give us small tokens of gratitude that are not monetarily you know, beneficial. Like I said, the most expensive thing, or the most appreciated I felt all week, was Pilot Flying J. Oh, the old Pilot Flying J shot me a free Diet Mountain Dew 20 ounce. You know, hey, I take it. I ain't complaining. Oh, got some super chat action. What's going on here? K Save in the house. Yes, pumpkins to Alabama. All right, that ain't too bad. I could get into that. Trucker Wild says for cold Mountain Dew from your, yeah, there you go. Appreciate it. And that's driver appreciation. Jack Trade, $2. Hey, you. Appreciate that. Appreciate you, Trucker Wild. Everybody go check out Trucker Wild. Got a good channel going over there. Building some steam. K-Save in the house with the super chat. Thank you. Hope your cryptocurrency's coming back. I keep meaning to look into that more and get, like, you know, caught up so I can actually, like, maybe one day invest in some cryptocurrency. because I kind of look at that as one of those things. I kind of anticipate that's going to have some real ups and downs, but I think overall, if you can stomach the ride, I think if you can ride it out, you're going to be in a good place in a few years. Um, Cold out here, man. Has anybody else been experiencing the cold? It got down to 39 degrees last night on me in Indiana. That's the coldest I've seen it since winter, so I do have the hoodie on. It's pretty chilly here in Wisconsin. Drugger Wild says none, nip, zilch, nothing. That's a bummer. Drivers need appreciation. I thought it was funny. I was at Lineage Logistics the other day, and they had a big bin set up, and it said free candy and free water for the drivers. And I mean, it was gone. Like it was like they put a little bit out in the morning, and you know how drivers are, man. Free food, free drink. That was gone by 10 o'clock, probably. Let's see here. Wild Bill in the house. Thanks for coming in. Said I've been working the stupid mandatory 12-hour days, and I'm tired. Yeah. They're trying to. Things are starting to get going again, I do believe. So you guys will probably feel it first over there. Truck Wild TV. Get some good sleep, Wild Bill. Yeah, Wild Bill. He's doing it over there. Don in the house. What's up, Don? Good evening. Thanks for coming in, Don. Appreciate everybody coming in. Hit that thumbs up for me if you could, if you got time. I get it if you're driving or whatever, just listening in. K-Save, we must have passed each other. I flew down 65. We may. I doubt we did. I take an unusual road. If you were going to Alabama, I don't. I get on 65 for about 2 miles when I come this way. I take 70 into Indianapolis, and I take 70 all the way to 65. I get on 65 for, I don't know, maybe 2 or 3 miles, 65 north, and then I cut over to 38th Street. I take 38th Street over to 465 over to 74. And then I run 74 up 39. You can have all Chicago you want. I got no need for any of it. If you guys don't have the mud flap out, I'm gonna wag my finger at you. Somebody actually joined my network and bought fuel. If they're in here and they want to say who they are, kudos to you. I appreciate it. I know who it is. It showed up who it is, and I owe them a special thank you. Got theirself $10 of free fuel. Got me $10 in free fuel. And I found fuel on the Mud Flap app today for $2.07 in Illinois. After IFTA, that's $1.46 for the diesel. I mean, unbelievable. I was hammered down today. I still got 8 miles a gallon. I'm right at 8. I've not had a very good fuel mile week, though. I will tell you that right now. Going down, I was into the wind, and then I got down to like Tennessee, North Carolina. I dealt with that hurricane, the remnants of what was left of that hurricane for like 2 days. And then on the way back yesterday was brutal. Going coming out of North Carolina, through Virginia, West Virginia, up into Ohio, into the wind, up mountains, into the wind. Lord have mercy. I planned out my fuel on this load. I planned it out, and I had to stop and get more fuel. I wasn't going to have enough fuel to get it where I needed to get. I was averaging, normally coming out of there, with the mountains, I'm down to like 7.5, maybe a little better, because this load I got, it's like 32,000 pounds. So I was expecting between 7.5. No, I wasn't even close to 7.5. I was more like 6.5. That wind was brutal coming up through there. So yeah, yesterday was a fuel beast. But, when you get fuel for 207 in Illinois, it's pretty darn good. So if anybody does not have Mud Flap, check it out in the description. I got a promo code in there. Get yourself $10 in free fuel. I get $10 in free fuel. Works out good for everybody, man. Those prices on there are tough to beat. Um, you know, I get a discount at Love's, and even with my discount, and I got fuel at Sap Brothers. It wasn't like some little, no name, place. I still get rewards. I still get shower, for fueling. It's not a complete, like mom and pop. It was Sap Brothers, so that's a good thing. And sorry, let me adjust this phone over here. And at 207, and that's not like 207 and the little 9 tenths. That's one thing I love about Mud Flap. They take that 9 tenths off of there. Like, get rid of that 9 tenths. No one needs that 9 tenths on there. You know what I'm saying? So, the way it worked was the closest Loves to where I was fueling, even with my 19-cent discount, this still beat that fuel price by 19 cents. So it was crazy. It was crazy. Skylar Peters in the house. So yeah, K Save. I'm not sure if we passed or not. I really don't do 65 up through. Um, Sometimes I do, but for the most part, I like to go around. Because the way I look at it is, it's it's like 30. What is it? 39 miles longer, 40 miles longer to go around, and you save like $42 in tolls, $44 in tolls, something like that. I may be off on the numbers a little bit on that. It's almost $1 a mile you save going around. Although, I don't know. I kind of should have just went through Chicago. I'd probably be at the house right now. So but I didn't know there was going to be a giant backup in up around Rockford up there. I mean, that was brutal, man. We sat at a damn standstill for 20 minutes. Um, let's see here. Skylar Peters says, "What's up, Cash? Hope all is well." Yeah, we're good. We're just chilling. Just ate some Denny's. Had a ham omelet. It was okay. The cook is burning stuff in there. I don't really eat the toast anyway. I'm not a big bread person, so I didn't really care that the bread, but the toast was burnt. I didn't want no part of that to begin with. Um, and the ham, that was the little chunks of ham that was in the omelet. A few of them were like black burnt. I'm like, damn, dude, like you getting preoccupied with something back there. You're not watching what you're doing. Let's see here. Wild Bill says, Trucker Wild, it's my Friday. Yeah. Get it, Wild Bill. 12-hour days, man. I got to be honest with you. I don't run that hard. I know I put in a lot of miles usually, but, when I say a lot of miles, I mean like 3,000 miles a week. Um, I don't know. Some people think that's a lot. Some people think that's, my grandma could do 3,000 miles a week or whatever. And I agree, for the most part, it's not that difficult. I explained it to one guy the other day that thought I was doing like high speed runs or something. I explained it to him that, if you run, 8 hours a day, if you drive 8 hours a day, you average 62 and a half miles per hour, that's 500 miles a day. So it's not like you got to be doing some high rate of speed to get 500 miles a day. And 500 miles a day is actually 3,500 miles a week. So, um, I think getting 3,000 in a 7-day work week isn't that, it isn't extreme. What is that, like little over 400 miles a day? So, it's not killing it, but I normally run about 8-9 hours a day. It's just a lot of times with reefer, it's weird hours, like you get up at 2 in the morning and go get loaded, and then. But the last 2 days, I've put in 11-hour days back to back, and let me tell you, I don't know. I drove about, on those 11-hour days, about 10 and a half of that was driving, because you got fuel, you got pre-trip. I've been averaging probably like 65 miles an hour, Because mountains, curves, like today I've been running closer to, I've been running 70, and it's been a much better average than yesterday. Um, I would say today, let's see, I had about I did about 660 miles today. So, not a crazy day, but definitely bigger days than I've been used to. And yeah, let's see here. But yeah, glad you got your Friday, Wild Bill. But yeah, I'm fitting to go to the house, and in the morning, I'm gonna take off some time this week. I'm probably gonna take off. Uh, let's see. I think the next load I got booked is Wednesday. I had some calls. I had some calls to run some stuff, like starting Monday. But yeah, I decided to pump the brakes a little bit. This is probably, I know I'm on pace right now for this to be my best month ever as far as gross revenue. Um, I've been close to this a few times, but ended up taking off the end of the month or whatever. It's like, I don't know. When things are really good, you want to run, you want to get the money, but at the same time, it's like, uh, it's easier to take time off. It's a real conundrum, It's like you got more money to take more time off, but the rates are good, so you want to run. It's a complex situation. It's a complex situation. Um, I'm probably gonna run more than sit, but probably will take off some this week. Let's see here. Matt's in the house. Oh, I'm not even going to attempt that last name, brother. I don't want to insult anybody. What's up, Cash from Michigan? Not much. Chilling in Wyoming. Got to wait for a 10-hour break to go by. Um, I don't. Yeah, I know I'm not going to regain enough on an 8-hour break to get up and go. So we'll chill here. I mean, by the time I would have got home and got everything out of the truck and got, um, you know, I'm not gonna cry about it too much because by the time I would have made it to the yard and got all my crap out of the truck and made it to the house, we'd have probably been about 10 o'clock, maybe 10:30. You know, they go to bed early at my house. They're on a schedule, and you know, I don't want to mess it all up. It's better just to show up in the morning, everybody be rested, in a better mood. But yeah, thanks for coming in, Matt. Appreciate everybody coming in. Hit that thumbs up button for me if you could, everybody, please. It pushes us out a little bit more, gets more people into the chat, more conversation. Wild Bill says Indiana is the crossroads of the Midwest. Indiana is, well, if you can't say nothing nice, don't say nothing at all. So I'm gonna let Indiana slide this time. But they seriously, man, they got to get their DOT, they got to get their Department of Transportation together and have a talk. Like them roads are getting ridiculous through there. Like you can't put everybody on one side of the road on break it down into a 2-lane. Kentucky's got where they do this now too. They move all the traffic over to one side of the freeway so they can rebuild a bridge or whatever. And then it takes 5 years to rebuild the bridge. Like, I don't know. You put me in charge, and we'd be out there working on it right now. You know what I mean? Like, you can buy floodlights. You can buy generators. I could light that up like the 4th of July. You know what I'm saying? You'd be able to see my work site from the moon, and we'd be out there getting it right now. Like full employment, 2 shifts. I think every road construction project should have 2 shifts. And if it ain't nothing, like if you don't want to operate heavy machinery at night or whatever for the liability of it, you could still have somebody on the site doing runaround things that don't have to be done the next day. I don't know, just me, just logically thinking about getting stuff done, and that's how I look at it. There's no need to only be running 1 shift on if they can build a 50-mile bridge in China in a year, Why is it taking us 2 years to build a 50-foot span across a creek? Um, just saying. Definitely not on the not definitely not bragging on the communist, but you know, let's face it. Like our construction is ridiculous, especially road construction. I just feel like it could be. I feel like we're not throwing enough manpower at it. You know what I'm saying? Because if you think about a project cost X amount, well, if you got it done in half the time, bam, there you go. It's on the same budget realistically. Um, let's see here. I mean, I feel like some of these road construction projects are like retirement programs. You know what I mean? It's like just ride it out to the end. Don't worry about getting it done. Just make sure you show up every day. Progress like as slow as possible. you know. Of course, I guess if you had twice as many employees, there'd be twice as many people standing around watching that one guy work. Just a thought. Let's see here. Skylar Peters, what's up, man? Appreciate coming in. Says also I drove an International A26. I had a lot of turbo intercooler problems with it. Also, can't pull heels for the life of it. Okay, I appreciate somebody chiming in on that. I've been curious about this International A26 engine. For those of you that don't know, that's the small block option in an International LT. The new one that looks like the Pro Star. It's the new Pro Star. It's called the LT. Been out for about 2 or 3 years now, I guess. I don't. I still want to call them a Pro Star. They look so much like a Pro Star. I find it funny. International tweaked the Pro Star a little bit. Now they call them an LT. Freightliner completely redoes the Cascadia, and they still call it a Cascadia. So it's a little confusing. But the if you want to buy an International LT, your big block option is going to be the Cummins X. What is it? X15 now they call it. That sounds right, but then it don't sound right. They went from ISX to just the X, I think. Um, and I've done research on that. I don't know why I'm blanking on it right now, that engine. But if you want a small block version, like a 13-liter version in that truck, you're going to get the A26, and that's an international made engine. And I'm curious about those because we all know about the Pro Star with the Max Force engine. And I'm thinking, is that the Max Force engine that's been tweaked a little bit? So, but yeah, I would expect it to not pull good because, well, no, I shouldn't say that. I would expect it to pull less than the bigger engines. It is a 13-liter engine, so you got to keep that in mind. You can't dog it out too much. It's like, there is, as the drag racers like to say, there is no replacement for displacement. Even if you do throw a lot of turbo at it, a bigger engine just it's got more combustion. It's gonna make more power. So for like pound to pound, on the turbo and everything, you put enough boost and whatever, it's gonna make more power. But pound for pound on boost, the bigger displacement's gonna make more power. But I am curious about those engines though, because you don't see a lot of people running them. So thanks for letting me know that. Had turbo intercooler problems. Okay, yeah, that's not good. That's not good. Turbo intercooler problems. Um, Max Force's problem was more with the EGR setup. It just tried to recirculate 50% of the exhaust gas back into the intake. And we all know how much soot's in, unburnt diesel. You see these big jacked up 4-wheel drives when they stomp on it, it just black smoke goes everywhere. So, that's when you got too much unburnt diesel coming through. So, imagine that going back through your engine, it's going to build up soot. So, I appreciate you letting me know about that. But yeah, nobody wants turbo intercooler problems. So that's my first-hand take, or somebody telling me firsthand about that engine. So appreciate that. GI man transporting a house, slow roll, yeah. Normally I was getting after it today. Got stuck in a freaking backup that drove me mad. Trucker Wild TV, everything worked out. I will fill you in tomorrow, bro. Have a safe, great, and awesome night, Cash Man, aka Cash Man Coaching Truckers for Excellence. Just saying. I appreciate that, man. I appreciate that. We try to help over here. We trying to help. Um, let's see here. Where we at? Where we at? Where we at? Let me get this other phone going. Let me get this other phone going. I need to make some moderators. I mean, I don't hardly. Thank God I don't get a lot of trolls. You know, I'm not on that level yet. But I like making people moderators just for the fact that um, people that come in all the time. I ain't, uh, I ain't trying to pinpoint nobody out, but I do appreciate the guys that come in. Regular, show a lot of support. I appreciate that. I don't take that for granted. Because honestly, without the chat, the live gets boring pretty quick. Honestly, K Save says, Trucker Wild, what part of New England you from? Uh, Trucker Wild is, I believe he's New York, New York. You know what I mean? He's right around New York there, if I'm not mistaken. I don't know if he's like Manhattan, New York, but he's like right there on the top of things. Let's see. K Save says cryptocurrency is just like trucking, straight gambling, big money some days, getting wrecked the next. Yeah. I think it's one of those things. I want to buy some Bitcoin, but I don't want to watch the price every day. You know what I mean? Like, um, I do that. I do that like with like my general stock account. I don't pick a lot of stocks. I play a lot of broad spectrum stuff. But just because I'm horrible at picking stocks, I'm not telling anybody they should do anything I do. But yeah, I'm horrible at picking stocks. I don't even try it anymore. Uh, I don't possess that talent. Um, Number one, I don't have the time to put in the research. And then at the end of the day, it really comes down to what the market wants to do with it. So I'm more of a broad spectrum type of guy. Be honest with you, I'm not a big stock market guy in general. I would rather invest the money in myself and start businesses. And, that's just the way I've always been. At least I know I can trust myself. I don't know if you guys have seen this crap going on with this Nikola company where the CEO is, they're basically coming out saying it was all a big fraud. I don't know if you guys have seen the YouTube video of the Nikola truck painted up all U.S. Express. They made that truck look like it was running. That truck was not running. That truck was rolling down a hill, and they used the camera angle to make it look like it was on flat ground. That truck was rolling down a hill. That truck didn't even run, and they were on there trying to sell those things, and they couldn't even build one. They couldn't even build one. They was on there selling them and trying to get companies to commit to this hydrogen technology. Um, what a mess. What a mess. And they had a deal with Swift to convert Swift's trucks to, or this guy did. I don't know if I think it might have been his company before Nikola. But anyway, just Google Nikola fraud on YouTube. There's a bunch of good videos about it. But how do you know that guy's a fraud? You don't. That's why I don't put a lot of money into the stock market. I'd rather put the money in myself because, you know what I mean? Like, I know I can trust myself. And as I get older, I get better at managing things. So, when I was younger, I could still make money with a business. But now that I get older, it's like you learn to refine out a lot of BS. You keep your personal life and your business life very separate. Because it's tough. You wanna hire your friends and you want to help out your friends when you're making money, but at the end of the day, it takes a real good friendship for that person not to, start taking advantage of it. So, but anyway, yeah, I want to buy some crypto and just put it in an account and forget about it because that's kind of how I do my stocks. Because I learned a long time ago when you're investing, if you watch that account every day or every other day, now if you're actively trading stocks, you need to be doing that. But if you're investing, if you're looking at it every day, you get emotionally tied to it. It can ruin your day, it can make your day. And money shouldn't be doing that. That's why I don't look at my accounts every day. I'm just like, it ought to be making money over time. You know, that's the way I look at it. I don't need to check it every day. Um, let's see here. That's just a thought. I mean, I don't know. Invest your own way. But yeah, I want to buy some Bitcoin and just forget about it. You know, about 1,000, maybe $1,500 worth, just enough to where I feel like I'm in the game, but I'm not like, you know, if it goes to $2 tomorrow, I'll be like, okay, took a shot. Let's see. Dan in the house. What's up, Dan Terry Leggy? Dan says, had the furnace on in Michigan the last 2 nights. Yeah, I bumped that bunk heater on, man. It got cold in here quick last night when I parked. It was like 46 degrees outside last night when I parked. And yeah, it got cold in here like pretty quick, you know. So I bumped that bunk heater on for the night. Um, and I've had it on one other time this year, but that was like, I don't know, maybe 2 or 3, 4 days ago. I think I was in Wisconsin. It got down to like 50 degrees, so I kicked it on for a little while. Um, bunk heater's almost a have to have for me. I mean, it just saves like so much idle time up here, you know, because in the summer, yeah, idle a little bit here and there for AC, but for the most part, I can get away with not idling a lot until I go down to like Florida. I idled some this week in North Carolina. Man, it was so freaking humid. It rained like 5 inches in one day, and then the next morning I get up and it was like, you know, sun out, warm, 98% humidity. I'm idling the truck at 98% humidity. You know what I mean? Like I start melting at those temperatures. Let's see here. Where were we at? Trucker Wild says Rockland County, New York. Suffin, New York. New Jersey. Okay. Uh, Mawa. I'm gonna guess that's what that is. Man, I'm probably murdering that. K Save says Battleboro, Vermont. Let's see here. Trucker Wild says, I hope your truck is fixed and doing well and making you money, K Save. Yeah, I think K Save got her all lined up there. I appreciate Trucker Wild coming in, man. He's always a positive dude. I like positivity. Um, really does help the day out when you surround yourself with positive people. ISX Cummins 565. Hello, sir. Thanks for coming in. Everybody check out his channel. That's a good channel. ISX Cummins 565 just got a new truck. I think that's your truck, isn't it? Man, I was digging that truck. A 99 International 9900 with a cat engine. Man, it's sweet. It's so sweet. 3 million miles on that truck. Y'all go check out that video. I mean, I can't believe that truck's got 3 million miles on it. But, you know, that's how it goes, man. When you take care of them, especially back then when they built them right, you know, like, it's just amazing. I mean, I guess today, you know, they hold up okay if you buy them right, you know. Um, Especially if you buy them new and you know you do all the things you're supposed to be doing to them, they're okay. But I don't see many of these trucks coming out these days making it to 3 million miles. And yeah, thanks for coming in, man. I appreciate it. Trucker Wild says, let me know when you're up this way, bro. Cash, everyone stay safe, blessed, stay up. Yeah, thank you, Trucker Wild. Appreciate it. Get it all TV in the house. I am drinking. Okay. It's a good way to be. Good way to be. Maxim Ray says, yo, Cash, let me ask you a question. What can you tell me about a spread axle versus tandem axle? How do you scale a spread axle? Um, let's see, I got a little bit of experience with spread axle, not a whole lot. So the way that works is you can put 34,000 on a set of tandems. You can put 40,000 on a set of spreads. So they are like basically independent axles. You know, because if you got a single axle, you can put 20,000 pounds on it. So that's basically how they like rate those. They rate them as separate axles. So instead of 34 on a tandem, you can do 40 on a spread. Um, and it depends on what you're hauling. Um, I mean, I don't see a lot of use for spread axles. You know, when I did a little bit of flatbedding, um, you know, for the most part, I'm like, we could get this done with a tandem, and on a reefer, I'm the same way. I don't know. I think most of the time when you see a spread axle on a reefer, it's a guy that's got a long stretched truck. So I don't know if that's got something to do with it. Honestly, I've never dealt with a reefer with a spread axle, so I'm not sure like if they're specializing in like produce with that, something where you know they would want to stack all the way to the back. Maybe that helps a little bit with that. Yeah, I'm not sure. I'm not sure. So if anybody knows anything about spread axles, be more than welcome, pleased to chime in on that. Joshua Knight in the house says, "What's up, Cash and fellow Cash followers? Enjoying these cool nights. Rolling Amazon as always. Was with a carrier for 18 months. No service failures. They went under first load tonight. New guys. All right. Yeah, I'm glad you're rolling again. Glad you're rolling again. It's sometimes that happens. It sucks though. You kind of got to start over. K Saves is Trick of Wild. All right. Yeah. If you ever up that way, maybe y'all get together, hang out. I met K Save. He's a good guy. Been watching and commenting for a long time on the channel. He's the OG. He's an OG to this channel. I call him the guru. Skylar, I don't know why I nicknamed him that a long time ago. I can't even remember why, but it stuck. It stuck on my end. He may hate it. I'm not sure. I should think about that. Skylar Peter says, before I left, they gave me a new LT with a Cummins, and from the factory, they installed the turbo seals wrong. Gotta love Cummins quality control. Yeah. Um, my friend just got a job out west, and he got a KW with a Cummins in it. It's a day cab. It's a daytime job, and yeah, he says no power whatsoever. He says it feels like a Freightliner with about 400 horse. And I said, hey, it may be a Cummins with 400 horse. You never know. Carlos Danger in the house. Thanks for coming in, Carlos. Appreciate everybody coming in. Hit that like button for me if you could. If you're not subscribed, check out the subscribe button. I got a link in the description for Mudflap. I am not sponsored by Mudflap, but if you do sign up, get that promo code, get you $10 in fuel, gets me $10 in fuel. I had somebody join and pay for fuel with the Mudflap app, and I got $10 in free fuel today because of it. So thank you to that person. Carlos Danger says there's a lot of Cisco going to the international with those A26. They are junk. We have had a lot of problems with the trucks themselves. Okay. Yeah, the international up here or not international, the Cisco up here in Minnesota that I used to work at, looks like they got to deal with the Volvo people over there because they're getting in. Uh, and now, given when I worked there like 2 years ago, 3 years ago, whenever it was, I had a Sterling with like so many miles on it. Like the dash was literally so brittle you could like thump a hole into it. I mean, the plastic and everything was just gone in the whole truck. I mean, absolute garbage. But anyway, they're switching over to Volvos and the new Macs there. They got a couple of the day cab, the new Mac Anthems. Um, they got a couple Freightliners there. They were getting those in when I was there. They're 9 speeds. Which I'm not against. I don't care. You know, when you're doing a daytime job like that, a 9 speed's fine. You're not getting up to highway speeds a whole lot anyway. So I kind of don't mind a 9 speed. Um, to be honest with you, I prefer a 9 or a 13 over a 10. I don't know, just me. Oh, let's see. But yeah, those A26s, I worried about them. I was worried about them. I'm trying to think of who I saw. I seen a road carrier, like a sleeper truck with one in it a while back, and that's what got me thinking about them. When I say a while back, it's probably 6 months, 8 months ago. Let's see. Trucker Wild Def need to check into the cryptocurrency. I'm with you on that, Cash. Uh, Trucker Wild, thank you. It's an honor, bro. Yeah, no problem, man. Yeah, I got to get into that cryptocurrency at some point. K Safe says Nikola is trash. Yeah, man, I watched some funny videos about that today. And you know, the irony of it is they were working on hydrogen technologies. The company that wrote the article accusing them of fraud was called the Hindenburg Report. The Hindenburg brought down a hydrogen truck company. Oh, you can't make this up, man. You can't make it up. But yeah, that CEO over there at Nikola, man, he's talking out his butt. He said they had solar panels on the roof of the headquarters. They don't have. Somebody went over there and checked. They're like, you ain't got no solar panels on the roof. He was saying they had a battery that they had put. They bought a Tesla Model S and they took the Tesla battery out and put their battery technology in, and they were going 900 miles in that car on one charge. And that's what he said. He said they had that technology. So everybody was like, okay, well, where can we buy one? Oh, all of a sudden he don't know nothing about it. He's deleting his tweets. Like they're in some trouble over there. If you put money in Nikola, uh, you need to be doing some due diligence because that's rough. That's rough. Carlos Danger says Cisco being Cisco and order them as cheap as possible. I live in Nebraska and they don't even have heat for the def and fuel. Oof. Yeah, Cisco, man, they're a trip. Got more money than God, and yeah, I hate buying new equipment, man. I remember we had some box trucks there when I was there, for like downtown stuff, and man, those things were from the 70s and 80s. I mean, I'm talking like a box truck that over 1,000,000 miles on a box truck. I mean, you can imagine, like, all those trucks do is go downtown and drive around downtown all day. You know how long it takes to get 1,000,000 miles on a truck when you're driving it, I don't know, 80 miles a day? Always had trouble with the reefer unit on those. Like, it was ridiculous. Captain Flatbed made it. Thank you, Captain Flatbed, for coming in the house. Captain Flatbed, we appreciate you. DIY Semi in the house. Howdy, DIY Semi. I don't know if you caught the beginning where I was telling everybody I got fuel on the mud flap out today for $2.07 a gallon in Illinois, which minus IFTA is $1.46 a gallon. $1.46 minus IFTA. That's tough to compete with right there. Captain Flatbed says, heater, really you getting soft in your extreme lower 40s? Yeah, gotta have a heater. The old hip locks up if I don't have a heater. I think I'm getting some arthritis in my right hip, man. Let me tell you, getting old ain't for the weak or the feeble. You know what I'm saying? All the dumb stuff I've done. Oh my God, dude, I regret to even think about some of that stuff. This old body ain't gonna hold up too well. I can tell you that. I'm starting to work on it now, but boy, back in the day, I was really trying to blow it up. Captain Flatbed says, positivity relay a better style of motivation. Yeah, God, man, You know, back when I was a kid, we ordered Hooked on Phonics and it got lost in the mail apparently because I can't read. Positivity relays a better style of motivation. Yeah, I like it. I like it a lot. Paul Harris in the house. What's up, Paul Harris? I found the bunk heater too hot. I kept the both windows open 3/4 for cool, fresh air. Yeah, this bunk heater back here. Yeah, you can cook a can of soup on this joker. I mean, it will melt your shoes if you leave your rubber shoes in front of it. It ain't no joke, man. It ain't no joke. What I do is I close the front curtains and I leave the middle curtain open, and I leave a bunk heater on about 70, and it does okay. It does okay. Sometimes I do wake up and pop the vent open though. If it gets like if it's really turning out, I'll bump it down a few degrees and open the side vent for like just. But yeah, sometimes I got to reach out for air. Pop that side vent. Let's see, where was I at? Where was I at? Paul Harris. DIY Semi says waited 12 hours at lineage, told them to keep it going home. Yeah, kudos to you for that. Um, yeah, yeah. It's a bummer too because you've already put 12 hours in on it. That was where I was at, man. I was about like I'd already put 10 hours in, and I was like, you know, I'm just like, do I just pull out of this or do I, you know what I mean? I've done put 10 hours in it. Can I just get it and go? And like, it's such a torment there, man. That place is ridiculous. I mean, it's ridiculous. Let's see. Paul Harris says, have you watched Blue Ribbon Logistics on YouTube? They seem to be informative. I have not. I have not seen or heard of Blue Ribbon Logistics. I don't know. Maybe. Wait, that sounds familiar. That sounds. I'm gonna write that down real quick though, cause I'll look them up. Blue Ribbon. Yeah, that sounds familiar. I think I have seen one of their videos before. I think I have. I follow so many people on YouTube. I probably got more subscriptions, or I'm probably subscribed to more people than anybody I know, man. I mean, I got people coming out of the woodwork. Basically, if I click on one of your videos and you're like a smaller channel, I'm going to subscribe to you. Just because I know how hard it is to get, up to that 1,000 subscriptions and, or subscribers or whatever they call it. Um, and people put work in, man. And a lot of times they got decent content. They just can't get noticed, because YouTube's too busy promoting, you know, uh, jackass truckers, as I like to call them. They really ain't got a lot to say or a lot to do, and they ain't really ever done nothing with their life. But yet, uh, you know, they got 45 minutes to shoot a video for YouTube, and whew, like I don't need a 3-minute intro of you making a cup of coffee. Like, where does that get me in life? I got things to do. Get on with that video. But yeah, you see a lot of guys with that, man. I watched a guy, like just doing nothing, like doing nothing. Like I don't need to see you microwave ramen noodles for the first 3 minutes of a video. I think we all know how to microwave a bowl of ramen noodles. Um, but yeah, let's see. I check out Blue Ribbon. I give them a shot. Captain Flatbed says, I love my split axle. No loading issues at all. Yeah, with a flatbed, to me, I think flatbed's a little bit more uh, conducive to the spread axle because you never know exactly where to center that load at. I mean, I know a lot of trailers, a lot of trailers have a mark for the center point, to let you know that's the center. But, when you're loading some stuff, you just don't know. So, I mean, a spread axle has its place for sure because, they wouldn't make them if they didn't. It's just maybe I'm not the guy to ask. So Captain Flatbed says he loves his, and hey, he's the captain of Flatbed, so there's definitely something to that. No issues on weight. Yeah, yeah, I figured that's what I do. Nathan Miller in the house. What about Nathan Miller coming in? I'm not sure if I've ever seen Nathan in here before. You are first time. Welcome, if it is. If not, I'm sorry I missed you last time. Nathan Miller says, "I've wondered about spread axle." Let me start over and learn how to read. Sorry again. Nathan Miller says, "I've wondered about spread reefers too. Guess they just never wanted to go back to the receiver for a rework." Yeah, I think it's got a lot to do with like the truck, like because I always see them on trucks that are like really stretched out, like these big long trucks that get, somebody comes in and welds an extra 2 or 3 feet into that frame to really get that nice, long stretched look. Does that improve ride quality when you stretch a truck like that? I've never ridden in a stretched truck, so I don't know. For me, it would definitely have to improve something because um, the hassle it creates in backing into some of these places. Last time I was up in Jersey, I had a pretty tight little back there, and everybody was having a couple pull ups and backups. It was Jersey. It just wasn't. I'm trying to think. I think it was Performance Food Group. It wasn't unbearable tight, but it was tight, and it was one of those most guys were wiggling in. I didn't see many people put it in the hole one time. It was kind of tight, and you didn't have a lot of room to operate up front. And I felt so sorry for the one guy. I mean, he had a beautiful big Peterbilt stretched out, very nice paint job. It was like gray with like silver, like just barely a little bit of a difference. It was like gray with silver lines, and then it was like maroon fenders, and maroon like down at the bottom of the cab and the doors. And then he had his trailer. He had a spread axle reefer that had maroon. All the details were in maroon. Very beautiful. I mean, very beautiful. But Lord have mercy, he fought that and fought that and fought that, and I mean, ain't much you could do about it. His truck was probably 4 foot longer than mine at least. And then he had, spread axles, so he's not got it's like having your tandems all the way to the back. Um, did not look like he was having a fun day at the office. Let's see. Had to do that once. We got Sterling at our yard. Our newest trucks got 800,000. Ouch. Yeah. Uh, at least Cisco is keeping Thermo King busy. Yeah, and in business, no doubt, man. Like we was constantly taking trailers somewhere, having them pulled in and get worked on. Some of those trailers were ancient up there too. Since I left, it seems like they went on a buying spree for equipment. Um, I don't know if that's why. I don't know if they think that's why people were quitting. It was kind of a reason I didn't like it there, honestly. You get in a truck one day and it ain't got no heat, or the blower don't work, or you know, you got no cigarette lighter to charge your phone, or you know what I mean. It's just like every truck you get's a different issue, and it's like you never know what to do. So it was like I was having to bring, those little portable battery packs. I was having to charge one of those at the house every night, bring it with me to work because I didn't know if I was gonna be able to charge my phone in the truck. And I'm constantly on Google Maps and everything all day trying to figure out where these places are at, where I need to get, how I need to set up. Um, yeah, it was a rough go of it. It was a rough go. So yeah, I was happy for them when I was over there the other day. They had two old Sterlings parked out beside the building, and I think that was their last two Sterlings, and it looked like they hadn't been driven in a few weeks or months. Cisco must have not been good for your hip, huh? Yeah, I didn't have a bad hip when I was over at Cisco, but let me tell you, every part of my body did hurt at one point in time. Um, you know, Picking up those 5-gallon buckets of pickles, man. Like when you put 2 or 3 5-gallon buckets of pickles on a 2-wheel dolly, and you take that down a ramp in the middle of a Minnesota winter, you start reevaluating every decision you've ever made in life up to that point. You know what I mean? When I ate crap off the side of that ramp onto a big case of pineapples, because those pineapples come like in a case of 12 and they're laying flat, and they like stagger them, like, one this way, one that way, one this way, one that way. I mean, it's a big old case. And boy, let me tell you, I fell off the side of the ramp, and the dolly went before me, so it kind of twisted. It went, and I went over on it, and yeah, I landed on a case of pineapples and kind of rolled down the parking lot. Um, oh man, it was a fun day. It was a fun day at the office. Let me tell you. Nathan Miller says shipper for rework. Yeah, yeah. You talking about the spread axle going back? Um, yeah, there is a little bit of that. Um, I guess if you've got a lot of produce and if you've got a heavy truck, and you need to spread that weight out, because if your truck's really heavy, then you're going to need some of that weight back on the trailer, and you're going to need 40,000 to weigh instead of 34,000. So that's the benefit I see in it. Paul Harris says, they talk 10 minutes about what they will be talking about. Yeah, kind of like the news coming up is blah, blah, blah. Then you forget why you tuned in. Yeah, I see a lot of that with YouTube, man. I have an intro on my videos, and I made that intro 3 seconds. That's how long my intro is. And I'll be honest with you, I don't really care for the intro. I just figure it kind of gives people time from when they hit play to actually pay attention. But some of these guys, man, they got like a 30-second full movie quality intro, and I'm like, damn, now that's an intro. And yeah, the one that kills me is I did see one guy who was like, literally the first 3 minutes of the video was making a cup of coffee. And he's like at home, he shows he gets the little Keurig thing out of the cabinet and puts it in the coffee maker, puts the lid down, gets his cup, puts his cup in. He has to show his cup, what kind of cup it is, because it's got something written on it. Then he's got to put his cup in the coffee maker, and then he's got to push. I'm like, dude, I don't give a shit what kind of coffee you're drinking. I don't care what your cup says. Get to the point. I think I just gave up on the video, to be honest. I ain't got that kind of time. You know what I mean? And most YouTube thumbnails, and well, I won't say most, but some of them are very, they trick me, man. I buy into it. I click on it, watch a 15-minute video, and it never says one thing about what it said it was going to be about. It's like if you're flipping through the TV and you see an episode of whatever you want to watch, Smokey and the Bandit's on. You click on Smokey and the Bandit, and it's fried green tomatoes. It's like, well, what the is this? Let's see here. Captain Flatbed says, yeah, so much better ride, but not good for short city runs. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. That's why most of those guys out west have those big long trucks. It's like for those those 2,000 to 3,000 mile West Coast turnarounds. You got that nice smooth riding. I guess because by the time your front end hits the bump, it's like 2 days later before the back of the truck hits the bump. So it would make for a much smoother ride. Here, me and my little short wheelbase freight shaker. Maybe that's why I got a bad hip. I've been looking at those, those purple cushion things, those rubber cushions they're selling at the truck stops now. I've been looking at getting one of those. I did see there's a trucker on YouTube that was doing a review of them, and he said get the one that's called the Ultimate. And I went and looked at it today in Sap Brothers. That thing's $130. I'm like, I don't know, $130. You know what I mean? Like, I can take my seat out of this truck and go have it reupholstered with some really nice, just the bottom part. I get this bottom part done up in some killer foam and like, really nice material for $130. So I'm not sure I'm that willing to go that route of getting that one. To be honest with you, maybe if it's got like a money back guarantee, I'll run it for like a month and see how I like it. But I'm not a big fan of like cushions on top of my seat because then it affects where my back lines up with my seat. And it makes me feel like I'm not in the seat. I don't know. Just me. Let's see. Chili Dog in the house. What's up, Chili Dog? Chili Dog says, finally caught you live. Hope all is good. Yeah, everything's good. Got 18 in the house, 17 likes. Everybody hit that like button. Subscribe if you're not subscribed. This is what we like to do: sit around, talk trucking, and put out some videos with some reefer rates. Although this week is funny because I pulled 3 loads this week. 2 have been dry loads. You know what I'm saying? If you ain't gonna pay me to run the reefer, I ain't turning the reefer on. And actually, the first little dry load I did from Wisconsin over to Minnesota, that dry load was paying better than most reefer loads. So I was like, hey, we're gonna run it. I was like, as long as y'all don't care to put it in a reefer, because I was a little concerned because it was coming out of a place that makes paper. So I was like, most of the time a roll of paper, they don't want it in a reefer because of that metal floor, and them, sometimes they don't like it because you got insulated walls. But it come to find out it was not rolls of paper, so they were cool with a reefer. It was on pallets, good to go. SpongeBob load. Yeah, SpongeBob load. I got a great clip of SpongeBob I would love to put in a video, but I'm afraid it would get my video, flagged. But man, it is so funny. It fits trucking perfectly. I might just throw it up there one day just for the hell of it. Nathan Miller said, I've been in your lives before. I worked for Pepsi for 2 years, had a back issue for a year. I had back issues for a year after. I didn't envy those Cisco guys, though they probably made more money than me. Yeah, Cisco is no fun. It's no fun, but it was uh, I will say it was good money if you could get to it. They kept running me in a circle. That's the reason I left. I'm not a casual driver when I'm working 70 hours a week. Like, I'm sorry. I'm not working 5, 6 days a week, 70, 60. I think my last 2 months, 3 months there, my least amount of hours was like 55 hours in a week. It's like, I'm not casual at that point, guys. I'm full time. I'm making the numbers I was doing my own routes. Like, casual drivers aren't supposed to have like their own like weekly routes. You know what I'm saying? Like, casual drivers are like to fill in when drivers are out and stuff. Like when I get my own routes and I'm making my numbers, I should be a hired on driver. Yeah, like I gave them 5, 6 months. I gave them a fair shake. I really did. But if they can't hire me on, I got a house to run. I got kids to feed. I can't be working for like $16, $17 an hour. Not as a Class A driver working Cisco, kind of work. Let's see here. Nathan Miller, ain't no fun dropping a stack of soda though. Whew, yeah. Yeah, you drop soda, you got a sticky situation on your hands. Um I will say this, Cisco was very rarely would you get a light a load. You know what I mean? Like, for the most part, you would have some heavy stuff, you'd have some light stuff, and if you was smart, you would kind of mix it together when you took it in. You put a couple heavy things on the bottom, a couple medium things in the middle, and then you light stuff on top. But soda and beer, guys, it's all heavy, man. They ain't no giving that. Um, so yeah, I got a lot of respect for the soda guys. One good thing the soda guys have got, man, when they do those big convenience stores, They get pallets and pallet jacks and stuff. Some Cisco guys got pallet jacks, but man, that was like the senior guys. Like when you did casinos and schools, you might get a pallet jack and just pull off pallets. But I did the General Mills corporate headquarters one time, and that was a pallet jack. Their cafeteria there, man, they took like a half a trailer to that cafeteria. I didn't realize it, man. There's like 2,500 people that work there. That place is big. You don't realize it from the road, like when you go by it on US 169 and in the Golden Valley area of Minnesota or Minneapolis. You don't realize how big that place is, but that place is like 2 stories underground at the like top side. On the hillside, that thing's got 3 levels underground. It's craziness. Like one of the whole floors underneath the ground is a cafeteria. Let's see here. But yeah, them sodas are. I I had a pallet of Coca Cola one time. I was hauling Coca Cola from a bottler, to a distribution center, and it was 20-ounce bottles. And I remember, like, as I was turning into the or on the road that the facility was on, like I could see the distribution center 500 feet from where I was at. I caught the curb with the trailer on the right hand side, and it tipped that trailer just enough to knock the back 2 pallets over. Oh my god, dude! When I opened the trailer doors, 20-ounce Coca Colas were everywhere. They went on the ground. It was a mess. I had to restack all that. They were busted and sticky, and oh, it was a bad day for me. Paul Harris says, "Cash, that was a Keurig commercial." Damn, man, they got me. They got me. I thought that was a trucking video, to be honest with you. Um, yeah, they got me, doggone it. Uh, I ain't easy to get one over. I mean, I'm not that hard to get one over on, to be honest with you. Probably wouldn't be the first time they got me. Probably won't be the last. Carlos Danger says, I was told by the mechanic that Cisco wouldn't renew insurance on most of the Sterlings in the yard. We have about 15 just line up off the side. Maybe that's what's going on up there, man, because, like, those things were dangerous, dude. Like, they had more problems. They used to tell us, well, don't write them up, don't put them in the computer as written up. Just just take it to the shop and have them do it. Because I guess they didn't want to show, like, all the breakdowns they were having so they could, keep them around or whatever. I never could figure that out. I'm like, let corporate know that the trucks are junk, and they'll probably, want you to, like, buy some new ones. But I'll see here. Captain Flatbed says Paul Harris, he got duped. Yeah. Doggone commercials, man. Doggone commercials. Biscuit C in the house. Damn, I'm late. No, you alright, Biscuit C. We just in here shooting the breeze as usual. I hope you're having a good day. Skylar Peters says, Nathan Miller, man, here at McLean, we deliver those restaurants Pepsi packages, and they are no fun. Yeah, Cisco, we used to do all kinds of soda at Cisco. Cisco does everything. I've delivered 12 packs like you buy for your house. I don't know who's buying 12 packs like that from Cisco. It's got to be a total waste of money. We've done the flats of Coca-Cola, and but the most popular were the small syrups. Like the 20-pound syrups. They're probably like, the box is probably like, I don't know, 2 foot by probably like 6 inches thick, like a big rectangle. You know what I'm talking about? The syrups. We used to do a lot of those. That was the most common way we delivered soda. They weren't too bad. You just couldn't stack them too high because those boxes would collapse. Yeah, how is McLean? How is McLean? I deliver to McLean's a lot. I like their system of putting everything in the plastic totes. That looks like that would make things so much easier for the driver. I used to go through Cisco, and man, you'd be hunting like one little box of, like, I remember one time I literally looked for half a day for a damn little package of like cream cheese. It was literally like a pack size you would get for your house of cream cheese. I looked for that damn thing all day through like 4 stops. I just had to leave and say, hey, I can't find it. We're going to, on to the next one. By the end of the day, I found it. It had fell down into the middle of a pallet and like into the pallet itself. So like as I was picking up the pallet to like stack it, I found it. It was down in it. And I'm like, ridiculousness. It was like those plastic pallets, with the plastic little peg feet on them. It had fell down in one of those peg feet. Like, I'm like, stuff like that, if you had a box to put that in and just, yeah, that would be great. So, yeah, that's pretty interesting. I like how McLean does that. Captain Flatbed says, I miss my stretch double frame, but for what I do, a lot of off-road job sites was just killing it. Paul Harris says, I was watching Super Trucker Dan. He was at a steel place. They were rolling trucks with 11 axles. They looked like centipedes. Yeah, if that was commonplace, I would just open a tire shop. You know what I mean? 11 axles, like some of those Michigan trains up there. Yeah, I just shut my truck down and open a tire shop. But what, they're legal to like 110,000 or something like that. I mean, they're way on up there. Let's see. DIY Semi says, I'll help. I have install a new seat if you want. Yeah, I mean, as far as the overall seat, I probably wouldn't replace the whole seat. And I used to work in an upholstery place, so to be honest with you, I'd probably on this. What I'd probably do is take this bottom cover off and just keep the cover. The cover's in good shape. Just probably buy some better foam to go in it. So I don't know. Nathan Miller says those bags in the box for fountain drinks ain't no fun. I had to bring them up and downstairs all the time. They were the reason for my back problems. Yeah, man, those things are no joke. That syrup is some dense stuff. Let's see, Captain Flatbed says 100% like rate at 18 for 18 moving up in the world. Cash gonna have to get a hair and makeup crew. Yeah, we're up to 21 likes, man. That's I think 26 is the record, so we're all over it. We're right there. 18 in the house. Yeah, that's a good number. That's a pretty good number. Appreciate everybody coming in. Appreciate it. Skylar Peters says, yeah, apparently the Coke machines have tiny little bags in the box for their big machine. Bet those would be much easier. Yeah, they used to, like, there was a couple places we used to bring the syrup to. And I never understood why the syrup bags and boxes weren't bigger. Because, I mean, you would deliver a ton of those things. And I'm like, how often are they switching that out? That's got to be like a pain in the butt. Nailed it in the house. What's up? Nailed it. Says, can probably replace the foam and add a top layer of that Tempur-Pedic foam in there. Yeah, that's kind of what I was thinking about. I used to work in a bolt upholstery shop. We used to make they used to make Sea Ray boats and stuff like that. I mean, some pretty high end stuff. So I mean, I got the general idea of, and that's kind of what I was thinking about. Like, I don't know, may just build something all new. This seat is really not that bad, to be honest with you. Like I said, I replaced the one from the passenger seat. I made a video about that, I don't know, about back in like March, April. So this seat has not got a lot of wear and tear time on it. So I don't think it's the seat or the foam as much as it is just having a bad hip. But I am thinking about one of those purple things because I figured, hey, if they got a money back guarantee on it, I take it, I run it for a month. If it works, problem solved. If not, I take it and get my money back. I'll just buy it at a truck stop near the house. That way, I'm constantly going by one of these truck stops. That way, if I want to return it, I can. But yeah, that's what I was thinking. Put in some, because the funny thing is with the Freightliner, I think their foam is too soft. Volvos have a really dense foam in them, and it's like it doesn't wear out as quick. I think Freightliner, they put a soft foam in there, but it's not thick enough. So I would probably do like you're talking about, like a layered thing. You know, put in like some really dense foam in the bottom. That way, there's no chance you would ever get to the metal, bottom part of the seat. And then come in with like some memory foam, like a top layer of maybe like a half inch or an inch of memory foam. Some really really soft stuff. Chili Dog says that's their loss without a doubt. Thank you. Nathan Miller says soda guys that have a lift gate still gotta downstack a lot of their stops. Yeah, yeah. No, I'm not. Those soda and beer guys, man. Like even like even with a pallet jack and a lift gate, like you're saying, that gets it into the store. You still got to handle every case almost, like, because you got to what do they call that? You got to rotate the stock. So even if you've got a pallet in the store already of like Pepsi, you got to bring in the new stuff and stack the old stuff on top of the new stuff. That way people buy it first. Yeah, I'm just thinking like between beer loads and soda loads, I'm gonna imagine there's not a whole lot of easy days. Um, there is a YouTube channel that I've just recently started watching. He was on the Asian My Show. It's called CDLA. Um, Pretty good channel. He used to be a beer delivery for Miller Lite, and he switched over and went over to one of those rider contracts. The um, to get out of that stacking that beer all day. Captain Flatbed said I wouldn't enjoy a soda load if I had to do the display setups and all that funny business. Drop and go, preferably a slow down and sling off. Yeah, no doubt. Pop that side door open and hang it wide. You know what I'm saying? Just let it right out that side door. DG Trucker DN, what's up? Not much. Appreciate you coming in. Skylar Peters says, what's the grocery side? I'm on the food service side, and we deliver to fast food places. Our warehouse is pretty good about loading. A lot of other DCs run teams we don't, which is nice. Okay, over at McLean, yeah, I know. What I noticed was like the convenience stores. Like I was at a Love's the other day, and McLean was doing the Love's and the Hardee's, or maybe they were just doing the Love's. I can't remember. I did see a McLean's at a Hardee's the other day, but maybe this was a different stop. Either way, but they were doing the Loves. Then I noticed they were bringing everything in the those plastic totes, and I'm like, oh man, for a delivery driver, that's got to be good, because you just stack those on a two wheeler and run them in. And when you get them all, like it just you don't have to sit and search for stuff as much. You locate your box, you scan it, you throw it on the two wheeler box, scan it, load it on two wheeler. Um, there's a lot to all that though. Like I didn't realize how much there was to Cisco until I really got into it. Like, you know what I mean? Like you got to help those guys check off their orders. You know what I mean? Like if they can't find something, you got to find it for them. It's just a lot to it. You got to scan every box with that little handheld. I mean, every single product you take in's got to be scanned. So yeah, there ain't many easy days at Cisco. Let's see here. Captain Flatbed said, I've seriously thought about selling my trucks and opening a tire mechanic shop. Man, if you got the right location, yeah, if you got the right location, that's some serious money. I keep thinking about buying a, I keep thinking about buying a van and or a work truck and doing some roadside service. Like you set up a couple tire accounts. You know, you buy storage, or you buy you some storage, or you buy you a little shop, and you know, all you got to do is stock some tires. That's really the main thing to it. Once you get everything set up, like your equipment and everything, it's pretty much just cash flow positive. And let me tell you, roadside service ain't cheap. Oh, now it says full box of pre-mixed syrups are 5 gallons. Think you're thinking about the 2.5 gallons. Most are mixed five to one. A 5 gallon box misses 25 of fountain drinks. Okay, yeah. Yeah, the 2.5 would probably be more what we were delivering. That sounds about right. The size of the box, yeah, that's probably about 2.5 gallon. Total pain in the butt, though. They take up a lot. Like, you can't do a whole lot with them on a two-wheeler. You know what I mean? Like, you almost got to lay them down flat, and then you can't really stack a lot on top of them. So it's a lot of trips, back and forth, back and forth. So, like, if you got canned food or something going in the same place, you got to do, like, canned food, syrup, maybe 3 syrups, then other stuff. I mean, it just turns into like, my Tetris game is so on point from working at Cisco. Like, I used to work at warehouses, and I thought I knew how to stack stuff. No, 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 no. No, 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 no. You go to Cisco, you get your PhD in stacking. Nathan Miller says, your burps on this video are going off and you're drinking water. Yeah, bro, I burp like crazy, man, no matter what I drink. Let's see. Biscuit C says, I like my Cascadia seat. Yeah, for the most part, I don't think it's the seat as much as it is a bad hip. Because it really only hurts on the one side. So I'm dealing with that. See, Biscuit C says, just get a big legacy seat and call it a good one. Yeah, I had a legacy seat at one point, and I got to be honest with you. I'm not a huge fan of legacy seats. I know that's controversial because everybody thinks they're the greatest, but I really didn't care for mine. It wore out super quick, like, just was not impressed with the quality for the money. I'll be honest with you, if I was going to go put a whole nother seat in this truck, I'd go to the junkyard and I'd find a new Volvo that had, like, under 500,000 miles on it, and I'd jerk a seat out of it and be done with it. Let's see here. Captain Flatbed says, fix your butt, not the seat. Yeah, no problem, man. Get right on that. What's up, DB215 in the house? About to start driving. All right. Appreciate you, DB215. Thanks for coming in. Everybody check out DB215. He's got him a good channel going over there. He delivers fuel for loves. Let's see. Biscuit C says, my experience with hauling reefer loads to McLean is forever wait times, minimum 8 hours. I've only been to the one in Jersey, though. Yeah, it's a mixed bag with old McLean, man. It really is. There's one over here in Northfield, Minnesota, and that one ain't too bad. But you can't show up early or late. You know what I mean? It's on time is on time. If you show up early, they'll tell you to go park on the street somewhere, and don't call them, and don't, like, they give you that old, we'll call you, you don't call us, and they take about 2 or 3 hours to unload over there. I mean, it's not the worst, it's not the best, but yeah, there's one down. Boy, I can't remember where it's at now, but I've been to it like 2 or 3, 4 times. I think it's in Georgia. I think it's around Atlanta. That one is brutal. The last time I went there, I had like 24 cases that broke down to like 3 pallets. And I lumped it myself, The guy told me it's going to be like 3 hours before the lumper could get to it. And I'm just like, no, not today. Not today. You ain't getting that easy money today. Which sucks because I called a broker and I was like, hey, I'm going to lump this, And he gave me like $30 to lump it. I'm like, yeah, you're cheap. You're keeping my money. I know what you're doing. Because if you had to pay a lumper, you'd pay them full price, you know. So, but yeah, it is what it is. It is what it is. I done it more because it sped up the process, not to make more money, or to make money off of lumping, I should say. Skylar Peters says that McLean, when they do 711 miles, makes them wait there until they're check everything. Could take hours if they're slow. Not great when you get paid by the case. Yeah, Cisco was like that. Cisco had a minimum hourly rate, and then they had a production bonus, which was okay. It wasn't great. You know, if you really hustled, like by the time I left, I was making pretty good numbers. You could get your pay bumped up for like, a dollar and a half an hour. So I went from making like 16.80. My best time was like 19 an hour for a weekly average, which sucked because the minimum starting wage was like $21 an hour. So that would have been bumped up to like 23. That's where I should have been. I probably would have stuck around there. I liked the job. I really did. I liked it. But for 16.82 an hour base rate, just couldn't make it happen. But yeah, some people, that's the ones that always killed me, man. The big restaurants that had big orders, and they waited until you brought everything in to start checking. And it was just like, oh man, like you could have been checking while I was bringing stuff in. We could be done by now. So yeah, that always killed your production, you know. Of course, isn't that everything with trucking? Like everything else affects your money. Like, or not everything, but most of the things that affect your money, you have no control over. It's like, what are you gonna do? You know, like today with traffic. I got no control over, idiots wrecking in construction zones and me having to sit there for 30 minutes. Let's see. Skylar Peters, Biscuit C, come to Oregon Terminal. They're much quicker. Most guys out in less than 30 minutes to an hour. Yeah, my thing down here in Northfield, the last time I went there, was I felt like they got it unloaded pretty quick, but then it took like another hour for them to get my paperwork. Um, so I mean, and I understand how that works. They're checking things, but it was a straight load. It had no mix to it. It was one product coming off. So I'm like, I don't know. I don't know if it should take an hour to count, a straight load. Every pallet stacked the same. You count one pallet and they're all the same, As long as there's no damage, roll on. But I get it. They got to lump it and all that bull crap. So, I'll see here. Now, it must be all the sugar and the syrup. That stuff is dense and heavy and a freaking disaster if you break a bag. Yeah, you better believe that. That's why you can't stack much on top of them. Nathan Miller says, I thought my forklift skills were good. Then I had to load a truck after putting in a day of driving for outbound, and I'm an expert now. Yeah. Find out what you made of right there. 25 likes, almost a 26. Captain Flatbed says, I was impressed with legacy seat I had in the last truck. I ended up swapping back to Coronado seats. Okay. Yeah, the legacy seat I had was okay. I mean, I'm not completely saying, legacy seats are, whatever. I'm not downplaying them to the point of where they're not good. They are a good seat. But for what they cost, I'll be honest with you, I just go to the junkyard and pull a Volvo seat. I think their seats are just as comfortable, and I could probably get one of those at the junkyard for, I don't know what, 150, $200. Probably could negotiate that down, really. Let's see here. Nathan Miller got stacked high and tight. All right. Biscuit C says, my favorite major grocery place to deliver is Costco. Their system is so simple there. Costco is a lean, mean unloading machine, dude. There is no major chain of anything I'd rather deliver to. Um, for the most part, maybe an hour. The last time I unloaded watermelons at Costco up here was, it was crazy. It was like A full load of watermelons from the gate back to the gate was 45 minutes. Full load of watermelons. I was so damn impressed. I was like, because I had scheduled another load after that, and I was like, I actually showed up late to Costco. You know, not my fault, but you know, never is. But anyway, I showed up late to Costco and was worried about getting to the next pickup on time. Oh man, Costco made all my worries go away. Man, we was in, we was out. You know, it was smooth. Love Costco's. I did one down in Florida a while back, and it was like 5 or 6 pallets. I mean, dude, it was like I checked in at the you know, the little, you drive up, you know, the shack, they give you the little buzzer and the whatever, and by the time I could make it to the staging area, they'd already buzzed me, so I didn't even have to back into the staging area. Went to the door, backed into the door. They was like waiting on me, dude. I was so freaking impressed. Like, super the way all of them should be, you know. Show up early, wait. Show up on time, wait. Show up late, and the world comes to an end, and you pay a late fee. Yeah, that late fee, man, that's the one that gets me. Um, I had a place down in Louisville that we deliver to sometimes, and I'll be honest with you, I duck those loads. I got no time for their bullcrap down there. That's one of those places, man. Don't show up no more than 30 minutes early, you know, and it's like, well, you're not in a very convenient location. There's no truck stops within a half hour of here. Where do you want me to go park? You know, it's one of those places. And it's like, you can't park on the street there. You know, there's like, it's in a bad neighborhood for truck park. There's nowhere to park around. It's not like an industrial area. It's like it's like light commercial residential area with a freaking cold storage right in the middle of it. So, boy, I got over there one day. I got over there and I parked in their lot. They actually let me in, and I sat there on their lot, and the paperwork said something different than what the broker told me, or the paperwork didn't even have. I went in at the time the broker told me to go in, you know, and it was late, and I was like, oh, that son of a bitch, because I was sitting in their parking lot, and I was late sitting in their parking lot. I didn't know I was late. I thought I was waiting on the time to go check in. Oh, I was so mad. I went off on that broker. Let's see. Nathan Miller says, can't unload at Cisco now because of COVID, such a racket. Yeah, that's most of these places, man. When I did that McLean in Georgia, that was before COVID. I know it was. It was probably like, that was probably like early last year. You know, that's what I told them. Like, 24 cases, 3 pallets, man. I can have that knocked out in 5 minutes. And they were boxes of beef jerky, so they weren't even heavy. You know, it was like, you know, imagine the big bags of beef jerky. What is it, a pound? And there's like 12 of them in there, 24 of them in there, maybe. You know, so it was like, at most, it was like a 25-pound box. And I'm like, yeah, no, I can sort this pretty damn quick. And the lumper service was all picky about it. He was like, you got to put them on the corners of the pallet, and you got to do this, and you got to stretch wrap it. And I'm like, dude, like, I don't know what you want. If you want them stretch wrapped, it's going to collapse them all in. You know, he wanted them on the corner so he could stack the pallets. Um, had a little argument there with him. I was like, you can't have it both ways. Biscuit C says, I went to Kroger recently that had a $604 lumper. Come on. $604. Yeah. They must have been really lumping on some stuff, right? Skylar Peters says 7-Eleven. Biscuit C, my favorite seat is in the wide back short Pete seat. Okay. Dale Mendes says, what's up, Cash? Not much. Finna hop off here. We got the 27 likes. I think that's a new personal best of recent. Appreciate that, everybody. But I'm about to hop off here. I want to go catch a nap. I got a big day planned tomorrow. Yeah, we're going to hop off here, guys. I appreciate everybody coming in. Appreciate the conversation. Appreciate everybody keeping me sane and not having me sit here talk to myself all night. They keep telling me I'm not supposed to do that, so I try to not do it. Chili Dog says, have a great one. Yeah, everybody have a great one too. I appreciate all those thumbs up everybody threw me and all those super chats, guys. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Appreciate you, Dale. Appreciate you, Chili Dog. Nailed it. Captain Flatbed, Nathan Miller, Skylar Peters, DB215 in the house. DG Trucker DN. Appreciate you. Nailed it. DIY Semi. Biscuit C. Carlos Danger. Appreciate all you guys coming in. Appreciate everybody. Have a good night, guys. Take care of each other out there.